Hello and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. Well, quite an interesting development on the price chart. Today, we've seen some further upside. In the last video today, we talked about a possible reaction to our micro support area. A lot has happened since then. I have removed the micro support area from the shorter time frame chart, but added a new one. So we're going to take a look at that. First of all, for the context, what are we dealing with before we zoom in? Take a look at the smaller time frame structures. Well, we can see that, first of all, we have a nice reaction here to the previous swing lows, the July low and the September lows. Yeah, so price rallied again and moved into the resistance. I think over the weekend, yeah, when I made the Bitcoin updates, I told you about this resistance area between $113,460 and $121,750. And the idea was, look, we need to pay close attention to this resistance area because it is the resistance area that might be reached this week or next week. It is the resistance area that should be reached either way. Either way in orange wave B. Okay, so if we get a B wave bounce that we were watching for, we should get that triggered, that area, yeah, and reached. Or if we are in the white scenario and we even break higher, move to new all-time highs, well, guess what? Even then, we should reach this area, maybe get a rejection, form a higher low in the wave 2 pullback before we run through it. So either way, in both scenarios, we wanted the market to reach and test this zone. So that's happening as we speak, obviously, right? So we did that before. In September, it happened the same way. Yeah, you guys will remember we talked about the pullback here, which was also well, quite scary to some in August, and then 1st of September it formed the low, and we said, okay, the first target is the red resistance area, which was very similar back then, and the market reached exactly the 118K level, which was the point of control, basically the price 118,000, which was traded most in this range, yeah, in this visible range. It might have changed a little bit now, but you see, still, there is a spike. Yeah, it is, depending on how far I zoom in. Oh, it's again, it's based on the visible range. So here you can see that 118,000, exactly that top that formed in September, 18th of September. That was the top. And we could reach that again. It's pretty much $118,000, yeah. Maybe 117,700 now, but it basically is in that area, and it is going through our resistance area. So I'd say pay close attention to this level. We might get a rejection from there, but for now the focus, I think, is just on this area with a specific focus on 118K. And then on the micro level, we need to understand, is it more likely we go up or is it more likely we go down? So we can identify the relevant micro support levels on the smaller time frame. So let's take a look at the shorter time frame chart for Bitcoin. So, and here, if you if you watch the last update or if you get our updates on Discord, the idea was that this fourth wave should ideally form a low there and give us a fifth wave up. That would give us a 5-wave move up from the 17th of October low, from the Friday low. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. A deep wave 4, yes, but not too deep for a diagonal pattern, and we had a fifth wave. And the fifth wave reached resistance, and you see how relevant these levels are, because the price reached resistance at $113,430. Reached resistance, got a small rejection, not a strong rejection yet, but no surprise that we get a rejection because there's a trend line there, and the market is starting a bit of a pullback, right? So I think it's important to understand that ideally, this wave 5 has stopped now, wave 5 of 1. Because it's long enough to be the fifth wave. I think any further upside from here might start to look more like the B wave. And to be clear, if it's a 5-wave move up and we get a corrective pullback and hold a higher low at 105,000, let me just slightly adjust that, at 105,825, then this would keep the door open for higher prices in the white scenario, potentially to new all-time highs. If it's a 3-wave move up and we get an impulsive decline, then we're likely starting to reach towards 98K, maybe even lower. Yeah. So it's important now in any pullback anyway that we're holding this Fibonacci support zone. So for now, I mean, it's not very clear. It looks a bit like wave 1 could have topped, but that's not very clear yet. We have to monitor very closely the micro action. But yeah, the idea is this is our support zone. Whatever micro patterns the price is now forming, is going to form, the 105,825 level is key support that needs to hold to keep the short-term upside scenario alive. Good progress for Bitcoin. We take it, level by level, step by step. The next objective for the bulls will therefore be to hold a higher low and to break above that last swing high from the 13th of October at around 116,100. That's the update on Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in additional updates, then make sure you check out our membership and also follow us on X. I'll leave a link for you guys in the comment section and description. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.